my chair. My chair. My chair. Oh, it's loud when it wants to be, just not right now. But then when I don't want it to be, it's going. You know what I mean? Anyways, hi, how's it going? How are you? Hope you're doing okay. This is gonna be a collective reading. It's gonna be past, present. You see what I mean? It's gonna be a past, present, future advice, and we're gonna be using the Prism Oracle, which is gonna be good for like a general overall feelings. We're gonna be using the light seers to clarify and get more specific information, and then I think we're gonna use the empath empowerment to get you some empowerment towards the end of that. So let's just jump into this. Let's just jump into this. I didn't know if I had written anything down for this one because I thought about. Okay, let's just jump into this. Let's see. In the past, we have strength. In the present, we have sadness. In the future, we have illumination. And for the advice, we have determination. Oh, that's so cute. That's cute because the illumination and the determination card are kind of like the same card, almost. But they do look really pretty. Like, they look pretty similar. And both, they just look really pretty to me. Like, I had to look at them for a second. Okay, so this lineup. In the past, we have strength. Could have been dealing with strength. With this being, I think this is a red card. So, with this Prism Tarot, the Oracle is all about colors and feelings. That sort of thing. So this entire deck is like words associated with colors and feelings. So, and that helps me especially because I like colors a lot and can definitely associate them to feelings a lot. And so with this being a red card and being strength, it almost feels, with that red being like a root sort of a, not rough, but like, it's just red is sort of like what I'm saying is with this strength, it feels like a sort of a tough energy. It almost feels, but an energy of perseverance. So it's tough with its reward towards the end of the day, which the reward would be strength. So it's like in the past you've been dealing with some sort of a tough push. In the present we have sadness, which is interesting. So it could be that you're dealing with some sadness in the present. Maybe this test of strength has led to some sadness or led to some disparity. Excuse me. In the present we have illumination, followed by the advice being determination, which is pretty cool because it's like this test of strength has led to maybe sadness in the present moment, but the future holds some sort of like illumination, or it's like it brings something out from within that is important to you, that makes things clearer, that makes things easier to understand or see. I just saw 444 on the counter. I like fours. It might be the Aries energy within me. But either way, I forgot what I was saying because on me. Determination with the advice. I don't even know why I said it like that. It's sort of like, it's like I said it and I was looking for something, but like it kind of just like, you know, determination. It's like, it's a tough thing to have to push through, and I'm not sure what exactly it is that you're having to push through or what's causing the sadness. Very sorry about it. It sounds like a it almost feels like a, not just like like when I say a long sort of a, I'm talking about like a it could be like years worth of like have like, it could be like an issue that that sort of like seems new in this present moment, but it almost feels like it's an issue that, or a test of strength that has, I'm like failing to like get the words, like a test of strength that has been coming through the years, you know, or through time. I don't know if that makes sense. Either way, as far as the colors and feelings here, the emotions, I feel you have in the past the red, moving to the future, which is or moving to the present, which is a blue. So I know that red and blue are sort of like what the first and last colors to be discovered, I believe. So it's like maybe just moving through along, like from a, I don't know what I don't know. It's hard to get the words, but I know what I feel with that. It's almost like a first and last. I don't know. Like, let's see. Red, blue, orange, yellow. It's almost like the red and blue are very dark as well. So it could have been deeper energy within the past and the present. Deeper energy for a purpose, like definitely for like knowledge and for, you know, wisdom, which are very tough things because they come with tough lessons. But I mean, the rewards are great, but they're still sort of like, it's a bittersweet sort of thing. But I say that because the past and present has sort of the darker colors with the red and the dark blue. Oh, I didn't like that. The red and the dark blue, and then, but in the future and the advice, which is really cool, which is like your future and your outlook. So the future and what's there to look forward to, or not what's there to look forward to really, but the guidance. I'm sorry, the advice for you. You have these orange and yellows, which is very nice. Orange is sort of like an action color. It's like red is like the root, so it's where you start, and then orange is like when you take that movement to actually do something towards like a passion or like a movement. And then yellow is like that feeling. So yellow is when like you actually get into what it feels like. So it's almost like in the present, or not the present, the future and the advice. It's like the future is going to be some sort of like an action-oriented sort of a future. It's like once, it might not be like immediate action because you have the illumination, but it's like as soon as you get that warm feeling of, I know what there is to move forward, or it's like, it's almost like an inspiration that's gonna like maybe come out of nowhere, maybe be here that you've already had simmering, or it could be either one of those. But it's like once that it's like once that warms you up and like gives you the idea of what you want to do, or like kind of just where you want to move, because it's like a move color. It's like that's going to be like your driving force in a sense. No matter how big or small, it's going to drive you, and each step is like important, you know. And then the advice with determination is, again, to continue going. But with that yellow, it's like I thought I was needed for a second. I wonder how that looked. Like I'd just be talking, and then all of a sudden I forget what I'd be talking about. Yeah. So with determination with that yellow, it's again continue to push towards what exactly it is that you want. But with that feeling, it's like once you get that illumination about that warm like sense of where your sort of your soul wants to move, it's like you know, once you get the inclination of where your soul kind of wants to move, it's like that. Then you can understand how that feels to you and like what that does to like your heart, not just your soul, but like the emotions behind it, you know. And that's going to be another driving force that can also add to that snowball towards, you know, the good thing that you're trying to get to, because it seems that you've been through some sort of a test of like, I want to read the strength card real quick, because like it's like I can't find the words for the strength card, and I've been like, for this one at least, and for some reason it's kind of just like bothering me. Strength. This card refers to mental and emotional strength, not just physical strength. It's about finding the inner strength to face your fears, overcome obstacles, and move through difficult times. This card is a call to dig deep into yourself and tap into the parts that are strong and courageous, even when you might not feel that way. You'll discover that you hold the strength to overcome whatever you're going through right now. Yeah, I really like that. Especially the part like where it's talking about why am I blind and dumb. Especially the part where it talks about the inner strength and tapping into it, and even when you might not feel that way, because that's also, it was like I was looking at the, you know what, have you ever like looked at a paragraph and like looked for the sentence that you just read, like you know exactly where it is, but for some reason you read everything but that's exactly. So like maybe you're feeling everything but strong, you know, like you're feeling like every other emotion that you could, like weak, scared, I'm not gonna become a human thesaurus and like sound stupid, but you know what I mean. But it's actually very like ironic in a sense, because you were exactly that. You were exactly strong, even though you might be feeling every other way that you could except strong. Even, I don't know. It's crazy. I do understand that for sure though, because like I'll probably feel everything but like I'll feel everything but confident. I'll probably feel very I'll probably feel frightened. I'll probably feel unsure. And turns out if I'm working on a project, turns out the project actually is okay and it's nothing to be afraid of, but I'm all over the place except confident, you know what I'm saying? Or except sure of myself. Which, you know, you work through and it's easier said than done, but you know, for the sake of life, some things must be done. So underneath the deck we have reflection. I was gonna get to that later. I don't know why I picked it up now, but maybe we'll reflect on that a little bit later. This is why it's not this is why it's not for me to talk, it's for the cards to talk. This one fell out, I don't know why. It was the Knight of Pentacles. Virgo energy. Taking with the Knight of Pentacles, it's a very process, analytical, organized sort of energy. And so I like to think of the Knight of Pentacles as like a step-by-step energy. When I think of the Knight of Pentacles, I think of steps like 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. You know, like taking the steps. You know, I don't know why those were the examples, because there are other like they're actual taking like examples where you take steps, but I don't know why. Either way, hope that makes sense. So you guys could be taking the steps toward, like, oh yeah, okay. So it sort of seems like a natural progression. It doesn't seem to be going down, which is perfect. It seems to be going in a progression where maybe the past and present have been just sort of dark, but you're moving upwards and towards a lighter energy for sure, because I see the light, like literal sunlight here, where there have been definitely clouds and pillars, which are concrete and very rough, and it's a very I don't know, it's a strange process. It's a process where you take a liquid object and make it solid, and then you utilize that, which is interesting. So I feel like that means something, but I can't think of what that means like right now. So, but I bet you can. So there you go. There you go. Why is shit falling out? I mean, thank you. That was very rude of me. 9 of Cups. Doing what makes you happy. Emotional sovereignty. Either way, there's a lot of information, and I just want to clarify these 4 right here, for your past, present, future, and advice. So let's get some more information after we've gone through the feelings of it all. Let's get through the actual logistics and like specifics, which is what the tarot's going to help us with. And this is the Light Seers deck again. So let's do strength. Oh my god. I got 2. I'm trying to get just 1 for that one. Oh, I do get this one. We had the 9 of Swords. I think it was 9, and it was about 3 that came out. I'm just looking for 1. It was like the 9 of Swords and something else. So with the Strength 9 of Swords, that could definitely be mental anguish. The 9 of Swords is like back and forth energy where it's like maybe this, but maybe that, maybe this, and maybe that, and it's like sort of just like has you up at night, sort of trying to figure out your brain, you know. So maybe that's been like a test of fortitude, maybe being awake, not sleeping. That can do a number on your brain for sure. So maybe rest is recommended. I definitely heard that right. Rest is recommended. But that's just a message for everybody. Rest is not only recommended. Rest is glorified. What the fuck? Rest is exalted and required. Yeah. I have a page of wands at the bottom. Can I get something for? That's 2. I keep asking for 1, but like I'm probably just being too controlling. So, with the strength, you have the 6 of Cups and death, or in the Light Seers is death and rebirth. I didn't show it long enough. I'm so sorry. I'm not showing these right. I'm gonna show these in a second because like I really gotta pull these while. Okay, so sadness. Page of Wands. Page of Wands under sadness. Illumination. Moon. Okay. The moon. That's an interesting. The reason why I'm like the moon is because, I don't know. It's like the moon came out next to the illumination, or under it, and the illumination has a sun on it. So it's like just the sun and moon. So it's just like, I mean, just I think scientifically, the sun and moon. It's like I'm conflicted. It's opposite, sort of, not opposite, but you know what I mean. I don't know. What I do mean, because obviously some people might not know what I mean. I don't know. The sun and the moon. Either way. Determination. Oh. Right away. The Fool, the 10 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. And that's 3 cards. And just me naturally, like I'm such like an organized, like kind of person, so it's like I asked for one card throughout this entire thing for it to clarify so I could be really specific. And I was gonna go back and like fix it, but I keep doing that, and all the time when I do that, just 2 come out, 3 come out, 4 come out, and it's like, even though I asked for 1, they're not gonna give me 1, which is fine, but it just like pisses me off a little bit when in my nature, like not when I'm like being a man with a brain, but when in my nature, it just pisses me off when I'm like, 1 card, I need to be specific so I can really think, because if I get more cards, I'm gonna be like all over the place. Sometimes I think, so I'm like, no, give me 1. But sometimes you just have to accept the things that roll along, because like you don't really know how like they could be just like, I don't know. You don't know how much of it could build your strength at some point. I say that, like sometimes things come along and it's like, actually it's really funny. The determination card did come out. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. I did a reading before this to like sort of just like understand my energy before coming into like the collective energy, and the determination card came out, and it had mountains on it, so I wanted to find out like how mountains were formed, to see like what that, because whenever I see like things in like nature or like just regular life, I assume that there's like some spiritual aspect to it, or like some meaning that could translate into like learning, So the way mountains are formed, obviously everyone knows, is like plates under the earth go boom, and it goes boom, and it goes, boom, and then there's a mountain, right? But it's actually a really cool like bunch of information towards how mountains are formed, and obviously it's like the tectonic plates underneath the earth are all shifting around, and that's important to know, because it's like you could be going through some sort of a shift underneath like an inside, and that's interesting because the way mountains are formed is the plates are always shifting around us in such a rough manner, yet we don't feel it. I was outside walking the other day and I was like, yeah, this planet is spinning so fast, yet I'm standing completely still, because in the fort. Let's go see what this is about. Okay, so I just ran out of storage too. The dog, someone at the door, and that's storage. I just like, well, I'm not gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this video, but it's like the devil won't let me. Goddamn. Anyways, and I know when they do this to me, I'm like, whatever I'm talking about, it's like a river. It's like a set of rivers. It's like once it's down the stream, it's down the stream. I was saying that mountains are the formation of mountains are very cool and important, just because once it does get through that very shifty, not shifty, but very rough process of shifting and colliding. Some people even attribute it to like car crashes, but like once it gets through that, the formation of it is not only like appealing and beautiful to like our eyes and such, but that's within the eye of the beholder, But what is sure of it is that they're long-standing, very solid objects. So it's like whatever you're going through, the reward that you're going to get out of it, the strength that you're going to get out of it, is going to be a long-standing, very solid sort of a reward for you. If that makes sense. Might also look beautiful after, you might also be beautiful in the eye of other beholders after you go through such a process that makes you strong, you know what I'm saying? Because beauty on the outside is like a good thing for a good thing when I say it like that. Beauty on the outside is cool. It's great. And I say it like that because like it's with, if you have it, you have it, you know. But the beauty from the inside, once you add that on, it's sort of like, it's something else. It's like it literally does add on to it. So it's not just like a personal feeling thought. Like it's like if you add 1 to 1, that makes 2. You know, you not only have 1 now, you have 2. You know, numerically larger. Let's clarify this. In the past, you have strength with the 6 of Cups and Death. Oh my God. The 6 of Cups is the Sun in Scorpio. If that's right, I think I'm definite. I'm pretty sure. I was gonna say don't hold me to that, but like you can hold me to that. You can hold me to that. And that's interesting because the Death card is Scorpio, and the 6 of Cups. What it seems like with the past. The 6 of Cups is about the past, and we're talking about the past energy too. It's almost as if there have been some past, or with the 6 of Cups too, especially childhood, maybe lessons of growth, going from childhood to some sort of a young adulthood or adulthood, that have caused some sort of transformation within you, like a process that has, because it's not just death of a physical sense, but a transformation that has broken you down in order to get back to a certain core to build you back up. And with the strength, that's probably definitely some sort of a process where you've been broken down, and that can be tough, where it's like you're cracking yourself down, breaking yourself down in order, or breaking yourself down probably, especially memories, especially with 6 of Cups, so memories of yourself, breaking old memories of yourself, people around you, people from your past, people, or just you in general, family, animals, pets, with the Cups, anything that you have an emotional sort of attachment to, definitely, especially yourself. I'm a hardcore advocate of think of self first, and then think of like others, in a sense of like, when it comes to relating and processing information, where it's like, of course, think of other people where you want to relate. And I say this because it's important, because like, I don't know, it's just a philosophy of mine. I just want to make sure it's known, and that it could be, and hope that it could be like utilized for anybody. Or it's like, either way, I'm not gonna go on this rant. So it might be anything that you might have memories, or a past with an emotional connection to, that you, okay. So this could be mostly a process of sort of breaking down your old, not old, but maybe just a past self of you, and the sort of test of strength it does, or it takes to push through rebuilding a new version of yourself. Not new version, because it's sort of a new version, but it's just sort of the version that you are most comfortable and most natural in, because sometimes our younger or past selves can be a version of ourselves that we've molded ourselves into in order to be safe, or in order to be, protected in a sense, because the 6 of Cups is also about protection. Like, it's like protecting children and protecting like the youth. So it's like in your youth, in order to be protected, you might have just had to mold yourself a certain, not completely, but like mold yourself just at least a certain way to survive. But in order to be most comfortable, and your natural self, it might be a different type of person that you are, or than you were. So this process might just be a tough process, because it is pretty tough to be yourself after a very long time of not being yourself, you know. In the future, this is a message for me and probably for anyone out there too. I gotta stay in the present, because I just jump straight to the future. It's like the present is important. You have the sadness. You have sadness, and the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands could be sort of an inspiration. I'm gonna read the Page of Wands. I said out of the book. The book has literally disappeared. Hello? Where is book? Oh my god. Am I blind for thinking that I could have fought it for you? Yeah. Yes, I'm blind. I'm not blind, but like I really feel like it sometimes. We were going for the Page of Pentacles. Oh, that's Page of Swords. I do want to read this one. The and I say that because I will be honest and admit that I am not too confident with the Page of Wands. It's always makes me, I don't know, some sort of way, and I don't know why, because I can never really grasp it. Explosive creativity, Page of Wands. Explosive creativity and infectious enthusiasm, ideas aplenty, creative beginnings, a newly found inspiration, honing a new skill or passion, curiosity, and trying new things, gifting yourself permission and dream, great energy for creative ideation, brainstorming, and a youthful spark. Page of Wands is a free spirit who carries infectious enthusiasm, basically. Mixing it with sadness, not mixing it with sadness, but clarifying it with sadness, or being clarified by sadness, or however that sentence is supposed to work. It's almost as if in the present moment, well, what would you, because I'm seeing it two different ways. I'm seeing with sadness in the Page of Wands, it's like you could use the inspiration to pull you out of the sadness. And that's definitely a message that like is coming out. And for some reason with my brain, whenever like something that comes out in my brain, it's like, well, no, that just can't like be exactly it. Like, of course that is it. I don't know why I'm like, but also I also feel like it's one of those where it's interchangeable, where it's like you can use the inspiration to get out of sadness, but there's probably a reason that these are there's probably a reason that the inspiration or that the Page of Wands and the sadness are connected. It's probably also I don't know if that makes sense. Let me see. I need to see the Page of Wands again. I don't know why I lost her. Baby. Let's see. Delight in her youthful, raw, and exuberant and creative energy, and pay attention to the new ideas that are bubbling to the surface at this time. You'll find flashes of inspiration here. Inspiration. Oh my goodness. So, oh my god. Okay, I don't know why that I don't know, but it could just be that I feel sort of like maybe a lack of inspiration or a lack of movement, especially because in the future we have movement. But it sort of seems rough and cloudy in the past and the present. So it's like, it's a natural energy because life has natural ups and downs, but it's almost like the inspiration might have just been lacking. And you could be a person that, you know, uses inspiration to move. Someone who utilizes creative energy on a life day-to-day basis, not day-to-day, but just, you know, use creativity in your life, and that can be any sort of thing. Creativity can be any type of action, anything that just comes from your soul and that you can put towards, you know, creating something. So it just seems like the lack of inspiration might have been causing some sort of a sadness, which I can definitely understand, like, so much. Because I was gonna say I sometimes understand that, like, you know, like I was feeling like you can have a lack of inspiration, and then when you can't create, that can probably make you like a little bit sad, and then that sadness then stops you from creating because you don't have the energy to move and create. And since you can't do that, it makes you more sad, and then you know, it's like I laugh, and I'm not meaning to laugh because like it's probably like a really tough situation, and like I have to make that clear because it's so serious to me, especially with stuff like creating, and like that being mixed with like, I don't know, sadness, upset, depression, tough life lessons and transformations, whatever. Not whatever, but you know what I mean. I totally understand that, but I laugh because it really is such like, I think I laugh because it's such like an obvious cycle. Not obvious, but like it's so plainly seen, but it can really be slipped into. And that's like that's the saddest part. Like, it's so real, but it's so obvious just how simple of a thing it can be. You know what I mean? These simple processes come together, but they make things that are just much bigger. It's I don't know. So yeah, it is tough. I do understand that, but in the future, luckily moving forward, you have the illumination with the moon, and that I was laughing at earlier, but I'm laughing again now because I'm gonna have to actually understand. I'm initially just getting with the illumination of the moon. It could just be illumination with the moon. The moon is very it's of things that are hidden. It's of things that are just unknown and unclear. So it just seems as if maybe it's sort of like going to be an illumination in an area where things were darker and unclear, maybe where things didn't seem to have an end, because with the moon you also have, I see the ocean here, and I know I talk a lot with definitely my sister and friends, where it's like the ocean has like no end, and it's freaky, it's very scary, it's very cool at the same time, like very cool in a sense, but like it's very freaky. So it's like this situation could seem to have no end, or it could just seem very dark. But honestly, that's kind of where everything sort of thrives that is supposed to thrive. Like, everything has its natural place, and in the moon, even though it may seem unclear, it's a natural place, and it has its natural place in your life, and it's supposed to teach you those lessons of maybe like in the dark, moving slower, maybe underwater, like learning how to breathe and balance, and sort of those sort of things in just an unclear dark space. And that can teach you about like trust and faith in something beyond yourself, you know. And that illumination is probably going to be that reward of that faith, of that trust, and seeing something beyond yourself, because that something beyond yourself is going to reward you with a passion that's going to push you towards something that will make you really happy. And with the advice, you have determination, which we were talking about. Build the mountains. And it's cool because this card has 3 mountains. And when I was learning about mountains, I learned that mountains have, there are like 3 main categories. There are probably more, but the website I saw, there are 3 main. I was like, hey, go sit. I love you. I tell her to go sit just because, like, I'm such like a focus on everything and everyone around me that, like, if there's anything in my environment, like, I'm going to like think or feel about it. So I just couldn't. And that's why. Where was I again? There are 3 categories, and there are probably more. But this website told me 3, and I think I'm pretty lucky with my research, or not pretty lucky, but pretty like whatever. So the 3 types. What is it, like a volcanic fold, and like, oh man, come on, no way. I don't want to sound like, I don't, because I'm gonna be pissed off if this is like a solidified video that stays forever and I didn't say all three, I'm so controlling. But you know, you could, okay, volcanic fold and block, you know? And it may not be important. It might be important to somebody. It's always important to me. I like information. But it's pretty cool. One's just like, you know, volcanic, obviously it has lava in it. The other one is supposed to be like mountain ranges where it's like ridges. It comes when there's like a lot of plates around them. And there's the blocks where it's like some are higher and lower because of the way the plates are shifting. And it's just, if you're a person that likes to take the specific information, that's for you. There you go. Search it up if you want to, because I like hearing about that stuff. I'm getting so like, I hate like talking where I think it's not necessary. But if that's for you, that's for you. Determination clarified by the Fool, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Swords. If I can get 3 goddamn cards up here, how am I gonna do this? I can't even. With the Fool, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Swords, determination. Pushing forward, taking a leap of faith, like moving forward, letting something go, letting go of a burden, and moving forward. So there's a lot of moving forward and letting go. Probably letting go of things that just hold you, weigh you down. The Fool, what do we have here? We have Aries energy with the Fool, or Aries and Aquarius, sort of, and more. I'm not sure if it's Aries or Aquarius. I see both. Not that I see both. I've seen both written down in my research. I don't know exactly what's what, but oh yeah, Fool. Yeah, air. This is fire as well. So it's like fire and air. Fool. This is what I told you. I like getting 1 sometimes more than 3. There's so much. I feel like there's so much that it's like organizing it in my mouth is almost impossible sometimes. I said I'm gonna say it's almost impossible sometimes. I mumbled that. So then what do I see? There's determination. There's a determination to be of a lighter spirit, because I see a lot of a lot of weight, and then I see the Fool and the Six of Swords, which is like free spirit, with the Fool and the Six of Swords, which is like moving. It's just like moving out of something that's heavy, moving into a lighter energy. So it's definitely moving into lighter energy. With the advice it's saying to. And I know it's easier said than done, so I don't want to say it in a way that sounds off or just dumb, you know, because sometimes when I hear advice, it's like, you know, but it's like the Ten of Wands. This is with more of this advice is to let go of anything that's heavy or holding you back or holding you down, because in a sense, because sometimes we need to take on some certain responsibilities in order to teach ourselves certain things, but in this sense, it seems like you've already gone through a lot of that lesson and responsibility to spit, and it's almost like this is the time to let go of that burden and connect back to yourself, connect back to the things that make you passionate, connect back to the things that make you move, just you singularly, because it's important to get back to yourself. The Ten of Wands, Six of Swords, and the Fool, the determination, and the mountains, which talk about mountains talk about commonly they're talking about like as obstacles that are tests of strength. You have to sort of like, you know, climb mountains to overcome them. Excuse me. It sort of seems like, oh my goodness, it sort of seems like you've sort of already pushed through and you're already if not at the top, coming towards the top of this mountain. And oh my god, I talked about am I blind, and I literally am, because in the Ten of Wands, can y'all see that? That do be a mountain. So, and she do be at the bottom of it, and that's definitely the other side. Because it's a descent, and she's walking towards the other, the other way. So definitely this would be you, and it's already in an ascending order where all you have to do, and your advice would be, maybe there are some waters to go through, some emotional things, choppy waters to sort of, because after coming down this mountain, you might have to cross some sort of river, stream, some sort of body of water within you that could seem sort of emotional, or I say emotional, that's not the right defining word. That may seem sort of like rough waters that you might have to go through, but you will come through out on the other side at right here again with these very and I looked this up. I couldn't figure out what this. There's a name for this, like, geometric design, and I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not gonna search it up now because it's gonna take forever, but I'm gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna feel dumb because I'm gonna be like, oh my god. But it is a really pretty design, and it's peaceful. It looks peaceful. She looks like she's floating with that sort of wind. So it's like, I even put down the Ten of Wands. That's what whatever you're holding on to, put that shit down. That was it, I think that was it for that. Because it's face down, too. Like, I can't even see it. That was another thing. I wrote down earlier. It was, like what photographers say in, like, group photo. They're like, if you can't see me, I can't see you. It's like if you're, like, behind someone. Like, if you can't see the camera or the photographer, excuse me, sorry. Chances are, they're not going to capture you in the photo. So it's like, whatever that means, or whatever it means for you. It's like, I don't know if I want to go, because I sort of feels like it could mean a lot of things. One thing I'm hearing is like, if I don't know. There's a lot of things, and when I'm hearing a lot, it's just like, it means like whatever, like that. There's definitely a lot of different types of. That's probably what that means. It's probably different types of what the ways it could mean for you guys, or whatever. You'll know, whatever. If you can't see me, I can't see you. I don't know if you've ever been in a group photo, but they're like, yeah. And I say that because I take a lot of group photos, and I'm like, literally, if you can't see me, that means that you're not, like, I'm gonna get, like, this is what you're gonna look like in the photo. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe like reflection, like, cause we talked about reflection at the bottom of that card. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's like, if you can't see yourself, you're not I don't know. You figure it out. It's for you. Merry Christmas. But with the Six of Swords, I wanted to point out that there are birds down here, and I like animals, and I definitely know for sure they are tools for our minds to use to advance ourselves, in a sense, because I don't know, we are high-minded creatures, so we have a lot of power in our brain, but there's a lot of power in nature as well, whereas, like, rooting back to that can help you. Either way, it seems like they're leading her towards another. There are flies in here, and I'm getting pissed off a little bit. The temporary issue. Whenever there are flies, whenever there are things pissing me off, I always have to remember that sometimes it's just a temporary issue, because there'll be a fly here for like maybe 5, 6, I don't know, like a few minutes, but it'll feel like 5 years, because it's everything in the present. And it's like funny, because I can live in the past and the future and be in anxiety and depression all day long and never live in the present. But the only time I'll live in the present is when I'm getting pissed off, because I'll be sitting in the present. I'll be mad for 5 minutes and it'll feel like 10 years. So it's like balancing that out, to remember in the bad moments, to see that light in the bad moments, and even in the good moments, to balance that out and remember that there are the ups and downs, the waves, the rough waters with the calm waters. Like everything has its balance. So if you stay in that, it sort of helps you keep a level head in those emotional waters, you know, just a little bit. And then, you know, then you keep a little, then you have a little passion, maybe you have a little project or a little creative thing, or maybe you have a little you stabilize yourself, get some things that make you feel like comfortable. I don't know, you do something that keep you going, that keep you up high vibration and level, but keep you, you know, just keep you not drowning, because she is afloat, that keep you afloat, you know what I'm saying? Keep you until, because you will reach these calm waters. And that's what the determination is asking you to do, is just keep a balanced level. We already know, put down that burden. I was trying to figure out what else I was missing because it's face down, and I forgot. Right, forget about that shit. Keep a level head, and you will hopefully, not hopefully, I don't know why I said hopefully. Maybe it's because I'm giving out hope to anyone going through any tough low levels, maybe sadness. It's not the easiest thing, but you will get through. And I don't know, that's really pretty. So I'm hearing a few things. It could just be a very nice, when I think of pretty, I think of Taurus. So I also think of like stability and comfort. I also think you could be coming out of this tough time looking real pretty. I know all of you are coming out of this tough time looking real gorgeous, because you already were gorgeous. And like I said, add 1 to 1 and you're going to be 2 times as gorgeous. So it's going to be 4 times as gorgeous. You can be however much gorgeous you want, because it's going to make you look good, because going through that internal shit really does something. And you're going to look great, and you're going to do great, and it's going to be great. I don't want to talk your head off any longer, so I wanted to end with some empowerment. So let's just get a card, please, for the collective. Ooh. And this was the one card that I pulled out when I was messing around, and I just saw 1010 on the thing. So if you like thens, I like thens. Watch for the cosmic wink, it says. Magic comes when spirit winks at us. Stay aware of synchronicities. I feel like you should be able to see that. You should be able to see that too. I'm going to read it like that. Yeah, I'm going to be nice for now. Okay. Is that? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Watch for the cosmic wink. Magic comes when spirit winks at us. Stay aware of synchronicities that provide unexpected answers. Positive forces are always at play in your life. That's supposed to empower you. As it comes when spirit winks at us, stay aware of synchronicities that provide unexpected answers. Synchronicities, patterns. Patterns remind me of lessons. And we're just talking about lessons moving through, that you move through to gain strength. So, and it talks about that provide unexpected answers, and we're talking about how it's gonna, in the future, how you may receive that illumination, though in the past and in the present, you may be going through some level of testing of strength and some sadness that you can't control. I'm literally looking at the word control on my keyboard that I thought about. So sometimes there are things that you can't control, and that may make your mind and your body like you just really feel like you can't do things about it sometimes, and the control's just not there. And so that comes the obstacle and the mountains and the lessons and the breaking down and the building back up, So I feel like this is your moment of building back up. This is your moment, maybe right before or right at it. But I feel like when you hear this, that just might be like your time. This is your time to actually this may be the time that the inspiration might hit, that the inspiration might be about to hit. But I pray that whenever it does hit, that it hits well, and that it brings an answer that even if you weren't expecting it, that it's an answer that really feeds who you are, and that it makes you extremely happy, because I know that it will. And yeah, I am very happy that you sat through, and I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that it helps. I really hope that it helps. That's the main thing. Yeah, and I guess I hope you have a really great day. Please do. Yeah.